The friend zone, it's a thing that gets talked about a lot, so I'm gonna talk about it. I went to an all-guys high school, and the friend zone was a topic of conversation maybe like 30% of the time during lunch. I myself used the term a lot in my early dating life. It was very much a concept that was ingrained in me, and that's problematic. Here's my understanding of how the friend zone works, based on my experience, right? You have a girl and you have a guy. Maybe they're friends already, maybe they hang out, they have mutual friends, maybe they're just in the same place all the time. The guy develops romantic and or physical feelings towards the girl, and the girl doesn't reciprocate those feelings, but the girl still likes the guy, still wants to hang out with the guy, so she basically makes it clear that they're friends. This can be a bit awkward, but also can be totally manageable by reasonable people. That's not the problem. The problem is when the guy goes to his bros and starts to complain about how she friend-zoned him. The first problem I have with this is the implication that the girl deliberately decided to not have romantic feelings for this guy, and it was some kind of disservice to him that she said, I don't like you in that way. The second problem I have is the idea of just friends. Like, we're just friends. Like, what? Friends are great. Friends are amazing. Friends are like the coolest thing ever. Friendship is one of the best things about being a human. I don't understand the concept that just friends is somehow a disappointing thing. Granted, like I said, it can be a bit awkward when one person has expressed romantic feelings towards another person and it's just not reciprocated. That can be awkward, I get that. But a platonic friendship can be an incredible relationship. So those are my specific issues with the idea of the friend zone. It's really the complaining after the fact and how it's like completely unnecessary to complain about something. Yeah, maybe talk about it, be like, I'm disappointed that she didn't reciprocate those feelings, but at the same time, it's like, you know, there are worse things that can happen. The really real problems I have with the friend zone are the kind of underlying societal implications of this concept. Given the amount of time I've heard people complain about the friend zone, it kind of reveals a bit of a kind of dark thing about it. The general tone I get when I hear somebody complaining about being friend-zoned is one of almost, how dare they reject me like that? As if the person who was friend-zoned somehow deserves the romantic feelings of that other person. When it comes to romance, physical contact, mutual face touching, things like that with another person, you don't owe anyone anything, regardless of who that person is. And I hear this all the time from guys and girls complaining after being rejected about how they don't deserve this. Well, as a matter of fact, when it comes to romance and love and stuff, you don't really deserve anything. My view on love and physical relationships and things like that is that it's all icing on the cake that is already existing of life. Your status, your quality as a human, has nothing to do with your relationship status. Relationship status and being in love or being involved with somebody is purely just bonus points on life. And the real big problem is that among a lot of guys, it happens with girls too, but mainly guys, is that there's an entitlement almost. They feel like they are entitled to sexual contact with the person, and that's just no, not correct. I give people the benefit of the doubt when they're complaining about being quote-unquote friend-zoned, right? But the implication is there. You may not overtly be saying, I'm entitled for this person to be interested in me and therefore touch my face. You may not be saying that, but underlying, implications-wise, you kinda are. This is kind of the way that society has viewed women, primarily, for pretty much ever, is that they are a prize to be won. And that is not Raven with me. So what's really happening here, right? Romantic, physical, mutual face touchy feelings, right, are a bit of a genetic lottery. I'm just gonna go out and say it. A majority of people on this planet are not gonna be into you that way, just the way it is. Should you be upset if a person rejects your romantic advances? Absolutely. It's kind of an upsetting thing to have happen to you, but that person doesn't owe you anything. Especially in that regard, they don't owe you anything. And if they decide to say, hey, I like you enough to be friends with you, that's still freaking cool. Now, I understand you might be in a situation where you have feelings for someone and they don't have feelings for you and they just want to be friends, but that really hurts your soul a bit. In that case, it's just unfortunate, but you gotta kind of move on from that. Any kind of relationship is about what's cool between both parties. It's about communicating your feelings, your thoughts, and deciding the best course of action based on those communications. And unfortunately, sometimes the best course of action is to split and to go your separate ways. It's just an unfortunate part of life, but it is a part of life. So bottom line here, the friend zone doesn't exist, right? It is a construct based on the idea that one person is entitled to something from another person that in reality they're not really entitled to at all. There's a lot of thoughts on this subject. Clearly, it's something that gets talked about all the time, and I'm curious as to what you guys think in the comment section. That would be pretty rad. And as always, I'm AConMann. You've just become a little more awesome, and I will see you guys on Monday. About a month ago, I was talking to you guys about a really cool thing called Squarespace, and since then I have been using it a ton, and it's been really, really awesome. I've been primarily using it as like a blog / another place to host my videos, and I've been really, really enjoying the experience. For those who don't know, Squarespace is a tool that allows you to build your own website, and I've used it to make AConMann.com. And I've been having a great time doing it. It's super easy to use, there's a ton of different layouts, it's completely customizable, and you can really make kind of your own staple on the internet. You can even register your own domain. Also, their support is like top freaking notch. Anytime I've had a question, asked them, and they've been really helpful with me. I'm still kind of learning it all, but I'm really excited to see how I can get the most out of my site, because there's definitely, I've only scratched the tip of the iceberg in this case when it comes to what I can do with Squarespace. If you guys are interested in using Squarespace to start your own website, to host all of your content, or to just maybe have a blog to talk about what you're thinking about, you can use the promo code AConMann, right? That's in the description. It can get you 10% off your first purchase, which is pretty dope. There's also a link in the description that you guys can check out as well. But yeah, I definitely would recommend it. I've been having a great time using Squarespace. Huge thanks to them for helping me out with the videos and with the site itself. Big huge thanks to Squarespace. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go. Y'all have a beautiful, magical, lovely day, and I'll see you guys next time.